Hello the internet! It is Tuesday the 28th of March 2023 and welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to the everlasting, everlong continuation of saga of fiber to the node conversion to fiber to the premises conversion via NBNCo through Aussie Broadband. This particular video is, I believe, 9 or 10 of the saga. Either way, if you want to go back and start at the beginning, which I'd recommend because then you fully understand the complexity of the issue, I'd suggest checking this playlist right here. It's a good place to start. But I'm going to jump straight into this because it's a little lengthy. So this deals with NBNCo directly. I have had communications from NBNCo. So normally you'd go through your RSP, the service provider, the ISP, in this case Aussie Broadband, but because of the situation that this is in, it's now escalated. Aussie Broadband have approached NBNCo and said, you guys need to deal with this and can you deal directly with the customer? So I had a phone call with a woman who would rather remain anonymous. She did mention there has been times in the past when her details have been added to the Whirlpool forums and she didn't like that, so she's got all that scrubbed from the internet and she does not want to be identified, but she is an executive manager of escalations. Now I'm looking over here because I made notes. She did not want to be recorded, obviously, so I made notes as we spoke. But yeah, her role at NBNCo is executive manager of escalations. And I've got to say this before we go into what she spoke of. It's quite amazing that she called me after hours. So she rang outside of her business hours and outside of my business hours. And I just find that intriguing because it's like when someone takes ownership of a job or a task or a situation, it just shows that they are actually looking to get a remedy, right? They're not just like, oh, well, I'll try to fix this, but I'm only going to do it between 9 and 5. She called me while she was cooking dinner for her kids. So just got to give the props where they're due, right? Props to that, because that shows that this is something that's at the forefront. She then went on to say there are issues with how NBNCo will deliver the fiber to the premises. So that's a big thing, right? If NBNCo can't even deliver the fiber, that's bad. Ultimately, she said the network will need a redesign. Mainly, the pit needs replacing. Now, the pit is just off the front here and down the side road, and it's where the fiber will run from the node to the pit to the premises. She's mentioned a multi-port which needs to be installed into the pit, and she said, well, the pit's not going to accommodate this multi-port. They're too large. Either the pit's too small or the multi-port's too large. I would suggest the pit's too small, given these pits were installed in the dark ages before. Well, they were installed for telephones, right? So the idea of using them for internet, did we even know what internet was when telephones first got introduced? I don't think so. So they're trying to mangle new tech into existing infrastructure. And she said, basically, it's not going to fit. It's not going to work. She also said that the pits are extremely corroded, sandy, salt water, just all kinds of wrong. Now, at that particular point, it was refreshing to hear someone at NBNCo acknowledge this, because let's not forget, go back in time and search my channel if you want, but we did have meetings with NBNCo when they were rolling out the NBN in this town. We got all the emails, come to a group meeting in the community hall and we're going to talk about how good the NBN is going to be. At that point, people that knew, and myself included, but other people in the town that knew, we reported all of these pits that have issues. We took photos, we showed everything. So we said, if you roll out the NBNCo and you install all your tech into these pits, this is where the problem's going to lie. And they refused. And I can name, well, they refused to listen because they went ahead and did all that anyway, and here we are fixing it. But I can name the guy because he's no longer there, and he also didn't mind being named at the time. Lachlan Seeney with a C, Ceeney, Lachlan Seeney. He was our area rep in this area. He's now no longer with NBNCo, but basically he was presented all this information and he did nothing, or he says he went into bat, but the powers that be said, no, roll out fiber to the node and just be done with it. So, and that was what was the dude's name? Not Malcolm Turnbull. Was that the dude? It was the dude, the communications minister. He kept saying the phrase, we're mandated to roll out the internet to 99% of Australia by 2020, and we're doing that. I was like, yeah, but it's not going to work, dude. And anyway, all I'm getting at is that it was kind of refreshing to hear this person acknowledge that and now take ownership of it and do something about it. She used a word, I wrote this down. She used the word overbuild. And the way she referred to it, she said, well, we did have issues, and this is before her time, right? She wasn't with NBNCo, but she was saying that there was a government change and there was misdirection and misguidance, and now we're at that stage of overbuild. And I don't think that's an English word, overbuild. I've never heard that word before, but I understand what it means. It means they're redoing what they did before over the top. So I just thought that was interesting. So she mentioned a couple of things about the pit and about the area. She said that it's in an unsafe area. She said that we are going to need to either relocate or re-dig, make it new. And that's going to involve the council. So there's going to need to be council involvement and permits and traffic control. She said we're going to need to, partition off the area and whatnot. Now, I'd agree with her. The pit here, and I know where it is at the corner of the road, but it is in an unsafe area, but it's in a very low traffic area. Like there's not, if you're going to get a traffic guy or a traffic set up to stop traffic, maybe you're going to get 2 cars every hour kind of thing. It's not a thoroughfare, but she said that's going to have to happen. So that's going to need council involvement. And all the while I'm thinking this is just going to push this out further and further and further. So I'll get to the time frame in a moment, but the thing to note is that that's her recommendation, or that's what she said to me. But she also said we still need to have an evaluation process. Now, I already thought we had that. Well, I already thought there was the what was the term they used? Field scope. Field scope. I already thought we had a field scope, but maybe the field scope was on the premises, not so much on the pit. Maybe. I don't know. But either way, there has to be NBNCo come out and assess the pit and make their field scoping recommendation. I think that's more like pit scoping, right? But and by the way, this conversation happened yesterday, and I can report on the way home today, I did see an NBNCo vehicle departing not far from the street. So I'm assuming that was your guy doing it. She also mentioned that either way, what happens, the network will have to be taken down. So there'll be a period of downtime while they fix this crap. She said, so therefore NBNCo's got to contact all the RSPs in the area, and they've got to then contact all their customers and say, oh, there'll be downtime while NBNCo do this work. So again, this is all going to add time to the overall completion date. So I asked her straight up, what's the time frame? Give me your best estimation. What word am I trying to say? SMS and estimation. The word is estimation. What SMS isn't going there? What is your best guess? And she said, all told, 10 to 15 business days. What's the date today? 28th. So 28th, let's count them up. So that was yesterday, 27th. So today's 28, 29, 30, 31 days in March. Let's call it 31. I'm not sure if there are though. 1st of April, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. That's 15 days. Let's call it the 12th of April. Give it a day on either side, right? 12th of April. If we are to go with this recommendation, 12th of April, there should be a fiber to the premises connection up and running here. My gut instinct tells me that won't happen, but let's be optimistic. One really rad thing to come of all this, I now have a direct line to NBNCo. I asked her, can I contact you directly? Can I go straight to the source? And she said, yes, you can. And she even said, I will touch base with you once this is all running to make certain everything's good. So normally you go through your RSP, the ISP, the service provider, and you say, oh, I've got an issue, and they say, well, turn it on and off again, and then you've done that a few times, and they say, okay, well, we'll escalate it with NBNCo. But now I've actually got a direct line into her, and I'm definitely going to use that once the service is installed. If there's any connectivity issues, I'm going to be screaming. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. I'm going to be very, very... I'll be angry because always on fiber internet, the light switch is on, the light switch is on. The beam of light goes through that optical fiber cable and we have a connection. That is the technology that we all know needs to be installed. It's now going to be installed, and therefore when I live stream, there'll never be a time when I look down to my OBS and I see a little red square saying no connection. Now, I'm not that fussed about the speed, right? Like we did order the top tier just to see how fast it can go and blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, I feel like we're going to roll that back to a slower speed. All I want is the connectivity to always be on. No downtime. I mean, maybe there'll be minimum. Well, that's the thing. I've got this person's number, and if I get a downtime, if it drops off, I'll be like, hey, I want to bug you while you're cooking dinner again, but internet just dropped off. What can we do? How can we fix it? Let's cross that bridge when we get there. Hopefully we don't have to go across that bridge. Hopefully everything's fine. But here we are, the 12th of April. Let's reconvene afterwards and see how that all went. I just want to thank this person at NBNCo, the executive manager of escalations. I know she does watch the content. She mentioned she watched the channel. So I appreciate the view. Share this with all of your NBNCo friends that want to escalate managers executively. Appreciate. Look, we just want this to work. There are other people in this town that are certainly going to have this issue, and I feel like there's going to be lots of people in this country that are also going to have similar issues. So maybe this can help. But appreciate it, NBNCo. Aussie Broadband sitting quietly at the moment while they don't have to do anything, but everything seems to be going well. This is a glass of water. I'm going to drink it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.